clean sweep for the Americans, winning Group A and through their quarter-final and semi-final. And I have to say, they seem to only play teams beginning with C: Canada, Croatia, China in the quarter-final, and Czechia in the semi-final. They're quite happy to change it up. Yeah. How about a P? Oh, what an opener.
Okay, I guess we are in for a ride here.
15-all.
Coco has passed all the tests so far, being Leylah Fernandez, Vekic, Zheng Shuai, and then yesterday evening, Karolina Muchova. And, an interesting 6-1, 6-4 victory.
Yeah, played a flawless first set, Coco Gauff, really, and never lost her calmness and level-headedness in the second set when things got a bit more complicated.
Let's just say this week's been a sharpener, hasn't it, for Swiatek? Wow. This is their 14th meeting. Iga has won 11 of them. Gauff won the last one in Saudi Arabia.
Game for Team United States. First game.
A lively opening service game. Laura Robson, great to have you with us once again, courtside. You were in Saudi watching their last match. I'd love to hear what you thought and what you think we might get today.
Well, the biggest difference was that Coco's serve and forehand didn't break down. And when you compare that to previous matches where she was struggling to get a set, to all of a sudden turn that around and win in straights was a huge confidence builder for her. It felt like on that particular court that Iga was trying to do the usual tactic of rushing the forehand, but Coco actually did well to drop back and slow things down. You saw her throw in quite a few no-pace forehand lines just to change up the rhythm. But yeah, Coco's a different player when her first serve percentage is high and when she has trust in that shot. And with the grip change that we've seen already in Saudi, but even more apparent here, I think that's going to play a huge part today.
How's the temperatures down there? Are you comfy? Or are you toasty?
It's not as bad as I thought, you know. I'm doing okay. I've got a towel if I start sweating. But yeah, I think for the players, not as bad as it could be.
Okay. Andrea, you also commentated on that match at the WTA finals. What do you think we might see out here?
So I think actually Laura was spot on in what she said, and I think in earlier matches, Coco Gauff tried to rush Iga Swiatek into her forehand side. That's what you usually do against her, and that's a little bit against Coco's playing style. And what I thought she did really well in Saudi Arabia was that she stuck with who she is as a player. She stuck with her DNA and tried to do the best with that. And the forehand down the line, a little off pace with height above the net, that is something that she knows how to do really well. And that's always the art in tennis of how much game plan and strategy do you adjust to your opponent and how much do you stay true to yourself. It always needs to be a balance of the two. Not easy to achieve at this high level of the sport. Nice play here from Iga Swiatek, and this is the play that generally hurts Coco Gauff, that backhand down the line of Swiatek's. And interesting fun fact, when I was still playing, I practiced a lot with young Iga Swiatek when she was 16, and she was only playing backhand cross-court. And 3 years later, she had that backhand down the line in her repertoire, and it really changed the trajectory of her entire career. Just tells you how much she wants to improve and does improve year in, year out. Both of these players really.
Already from courtside, it looks like Coco's super committed to following that forehand through. Sometimes you see her fall back as she makes contact with the ball and drop off the back leg and almost kind of fall off the shot. None of that so far.
Advantage, Team Holland.
Gauff yet to drop a set in her 4 matches. As Iga has been tested. The opening set breaker to Katie Bolter in the quarterfinals against Great Britain, and certainly pushed against former Wimbledon champion and then Rybakina. It was a couple of days ago, 7-6, 6-4. Excuse me, that was yesterday. It's hard.
It's been a long week,
You
Sam.
can quite easily get your days mulled up here. I apologise.
We saw a few of these kind of errors from Iga in the match against Elena yesterday morning as well, just with it flying off her racket, and then we saw that she adjusted the tension. I spoke to Wim after the match, and he said she went from 25.5 to 26 kilos, which, I mean, if I was holding 2 rackets with that sort of difference, I could not tell you the difference. It does nothing, but clearly she's so in tune with the feel of the equipment.
Advantage, Team United States.
Maybe a few nerves from Charlotte, given the size of the misses. Long opening service game for the pole. Gauff can get off to a fast start right here. And it's Gauff who's on the front foot.
Team United States.
USA with the early break.
Fantastic point from Coco Gauff. Really used the entire geometry of the court
By 2 games to love.
to put Iga Swiatek, one of the best defensive players in the world, on the back foot. And then what nice feel at the net. Bodes well for a possible mixed doubles if needed.
Mum Candy. Yes. She's got the full United Cup hat on out here this evening. Both women split with their coaches directly after the US Open. I have to say, it seems to have been very effective, particularly for Gauff. She's won 16 of her last 19 matches of the season. One Beijing, semis in Wuhan. Only just edged out by Sabalenka, and then winning her first WTA finals. Brilliant. It was just a brilliant performance against Zhong Qinwen. And Andrea, you've been very impressed with Coco and Laura as well with the grip change on the serve. We were talking about it yesterday.
We were talking about it yesterday, yes. Just before the Asian swing, she got Matt Daly on board, who is known for his expertise in technique and grips. And he slightly changed her grip on the serve to be more on top of the racket. Gives her a little bit more spin instead of only slice, but this is going to be the question for Coco Gauff today. Iga Swiatek is the best, has really let that, the audience is going crazy already, has led the stats in most points won on second serve. So can this serve, her new serve, can it withstand the aggressiveness of Iga Swiatek on second serves? It will be tested today.
What needs to hold up right here now? Here you go with a chance for the immediate break back. And Swiatek not letting the American get away. What an exciting opening 3 games to this United Cup final.
Team United States lead by 2 games to 1.
Come on.
Both such ferocious competitors. My goodness, what a treat the fans are in for this evening. very warm weekend in Sydney. We're around in the inner west. And Sydney Olympic Park has been packed actually over certainly the last few days for the tennis here. And Penrose Arena almost full.
Time.
Everyone who's got any kind of Polish heritage within, I think, a 100-mile radius has come out here to support someone who is a superstar back home.
I live in the Polish neighborhood of New York, and when Iga Swiatek is playing, the streets are the emptiest they ever are.
Love 15.
Prior 13 meetings, and the 13th wasn't lucky for Iga, losing 3 and 4 in the round robin at the WTA finals in Saudi Arabia. In their prior 13 meetings, whoever has won the first set has won the match. This could be, in a few weeks' time, final or a semi-final in Melbourne, couldn't it? And they're both feeling each other out. Also, a great test for Iga's new motion on the serve as well. I mean, they're going to get a very fierce examination out here this evening. I love the way she has that hat pulled really low, and you can tell that all sorts of intensity and permutations are going through the Swiatek mind, utterly focused on the task ahead. That's a great recovery.
Game, Team Poland. Two games on.
Laura, you're on the American bench, I believe, with Dennis Kudla.
I am. I'm with Dennis. Dennis, how is retired life?
Retired life's good, you know, about 14 hours in. Feels nice not to ever have to go to the gym again.
Thank you.
Forcefully. I can eat whatever I want. I had a fun little breakfast. And, you know, I'm really enjoying it. You know, letting the emotions ride last night was pretty special for me. And, you know, it was an unexpected ending. Not what I anticipated, but the
Love
fact
of
that I
Jen.
went out with the W, not too many people can say that, so I'm definitely grateful for that.
You didn't have much rest because I think I saw you earlier warming up Coco for this match. How was she feeling ahead of it? And it's a head-to-head that's pretty tough for her, but given that she won the last match, you feel like maybe she's got a bit more confidence?
Yeah, I've been hitting a lot this week with both of them, warming them up. But yeah, I mean, she's definitely, you know, confidence is definitely building. I think this is going to be a physical match no matter where they're going to play. Two best players in the world. You know, we're confident, we're behind her. It's a team environment, completely different than when you're in tournament one-on-one. So we're going to bring the energy, and hopefully we can bring it home for her.
Was there anything that you guys were working on in practice that you can tell us? No secrets allowed. Any tactics?
That wasn't me. I wasn't in charge. I was just told to hit the ball in the right place and don't miss, and that's what I did. So she's definitely has to be aggressive today if she wants to win. She's going to run side to side. It's going to be a long day, but I think it's going to be all about who can impose their physicality a little bit more, who can get the first strike. And so far, I think it's going to be a war.
Good luck.
Thank you.
We wish Dennis well with a new chapter in his life, but right now Coco has something to deal with here.
And there it is. That backhand down the line is her money shot against
15-14.
Coco Gauff.
What a response from Swiatek. Gauff came out of the gate so quickly with that early break. Big push back from Swiatek.
Team Poland.
Poland up a break, early stages of this first set.
Team Poland leads by 3 games to 2.
Iga since, what was it, early November, 10 days before the WTA finals, working with the Belgian, Wim Fissette, who has his little notebook there. This time together has been invaluable. He's very good at building a rapport with players as Wim, but they've got to know each other. He's got to know how her team functions, and they've just spent a lot of time together in a very relaxing environment, and he's been able to have input all the way through the matches. It may be very valuable going forward. Opening 20 minutes of this United Cup final. Captain Mateusz Tereniski in the centre there. Calmest man in the Ken Rosewall arena. Joe, it's been very lively, hasn't it, these two? And the gloves have come off super quick.
Super quick, and for anyone who has seen the last 2 points, those are the shots that trouble Coco Gauff. We saw the backhand down the line of Iga Swiatek into Coco's forehand, and then a return off the backhand into Coco's forehand. The reason why that bothers her more is because they are so flat. The backhand of Iga Swiatek is so flat. So you can see it right here. You can see, just look at the bounce. And this is where Coco Gauff is late. What Laura mentioned, she falls back with her upper body, and that's where misses come off.
15-11.
Iga looking for a much better start to the season in terms of the first major. She has been a semi-finalist in Melbourne. It was 3 years ago now. The last couple of years, she's gone out early. She's always played well at the United Cup, only beaten once, and that was by an American, Jessica Pegula, in the first year. But since then, she's had a perfect record, and now she's won 12 wins, just the one loss.
Look at where she made contact with the ball, right at the top of the strings. Very close to being a framer.
And just to give you an idea how much these two have stepped up their game today for this final, both up in their kilometers per hour on the average forehand topspin speed. Coco a mind-boggling 13 k's an hour faster, but Iga to 6 k's an hour faster. So these two have come to play in this final today.
And Gauff really letting go on that forehand.
Team United States.
And would you believe it? It's a breakback.
3 games on. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Yes, I mean, 3 years apart, they have an awful lot in common. They both broke through very young on slams as teenagers. Both finished high school, much to their credit, and they both have elite sporting DNA.
That forehand flying on her a couple of times here. Laura, is she not following through completely? What do you see courtside there?
Yeah, it feels a bit like yesterday at the start of the match where she said post-match, I felt like I had the handbrake on. So she's there with the legs, she's in good time, and then it's almost like she's decelerating that last 10% of the swing. And it looks to me like it's coming too far across the body as well.
Yeah, that was a lot better. You can see the difference right away when she's playing it with 100% conviction, or when she's also a little bit hoping that it might go in. 142 k's an hour.
That's the one I wouldn't be annoyed if it went a bit higher over the net. You know, that's the one that they've been working on, just to slow the pace down. Don't feel like you've got to go 100% at all times. One of her greatest strengths is the intensity, but if Coco's enjoying that pace onto her forehand right now, give her something different.
Breaks of serve so far in this opening set.
United States. Ball change, please. New balls. Team United States lead by 4 games to 3.
They will be good, they will be tough moments. You'll hear all the time. All the time. What a way to write to come back. What a way to come back. Great second serve return. Great second serve. Stay there, not to find the front. Go for it. Move it like an iron. The reason that you miss it is 30% to miss it. Great. That's great. Wait the ball, go to the front, go for it. The right shot.
Far right of your picture is Jean-Christophe Forel, who's always been around the Coco Gauff camp. It seems that she's very happy to work with him one-on-one now. Captain Mike Russell in the centre said that when we spoke to him yesterday that he'd just really take the back seat and let JC, who's sitting alongside of him, do the coaching. And he's been true to his word. He's just there being steady, being Mike.
Yeah.
And,
Time.
Maya Chlelinska
back row have a job as well.
helping out with the ice bag.
Center of your picture is Kamal Maishak. He's been doing a lot of the hitting as well.
It really is a team effort, this United Cup.
New balls.
Five titles for Iga last year, including a fourth Roland Garros. But in a way, someone that was #1 in the world last year, her slams were not as strong as they have been. Third round exit at the Australian Open and Wimbledon. Court loss in the quarterfinals of the US Open to Jessica Pegula. That's the beauty of having the singles net up.
30-15.
Just gave her a chance, didn't it?
Wow, they moved well. The balance that Coco has when she's pushed wide, and even look how balanced Iga is there from well outside the court.
It would have been sensational if she brought that off. We love it. We love a singles net.
Well, and the forehand Coco Gauff just played, the one prior with the angle, took pace off, opened the court. That is sending a strong message to the rest of the field at the Australian Open that she is ready to compete for the crown.
Just thinking back to the changeover though, there was some real positive reinforcement from both Coco's coach and Mike Russell saying great job on the second serve return. So clearly that's something that they're looking to impose themselves on in this matchup. And I think you can feel that from where Iga's trying to go with her second serve. It looks like she's trying to get really deep in the box.
Support from Desiree Kravchuk. Handy person having your bench. She's won 4 mixed doubles Grand Slam titles.
Advantage.
She's absolutely committed, hasn't she, to this United Cup. It's her 3rd appearance. Coco's on debut.
Let second serve. Game, Team Poland.
Another cracking backhand down the line, but you can, what Laura just said, you can sense that
4 games on.
Team USA is imposing themselves on those second serves.
That second serve was almost bang on the line as well. She's not got much margin for error here. Swiatek on the second.
Thank you.
3 double faults in this first set.
Love 15. On.
Yeah, some of these service speeds from Coco. She's up in the 190s Ks and not in old money, which is what I really understand. That's about 120 miles an hour.
That's very fast.
That's very fast.
They should write that very fast. First serve, speed, very fast.
Do you reckon Wim's put that in his notebook?
Yeah.
First serve, quick.
Oh, she really went for that something as well.
30 all.
Yes, imagine someone speeding past you on the highway at 120 miles an hour. They'd be getting a ticket. That's how fast that first serve is going. And I always think of 120 miles an hour because that sometimes was the average service speed of Venus Williams when she was absolutely at her best. She'd just be banging every single one down at that kind of speed. Very few women can do that easily.
Sam, you're not getting a ticket. You're losing your license at
Oh,
120.
are you? Oh, okay.
Game, Team United States.
Very tight here in this first set. Gauff 5-4.
Team United States lead by 5 games to 4.
Penrose Arena is the ideal stage for the third edition of these United Cup finals. We're down to the 2 best teams, and we have a couple of the finest women tennis players on the planet out here facing off. The best of 3 matches. Women's singles, followed by men's singles, and potentially deciding next.
Great depth on that return from Coco Gauff. That's such a hard return to counter one that goes through the center of the court with good depth and pace.
Lovely volley. That was clutch with the one-hander. Well, she was down an early break, and then she was up a break. Both women have really pulled each other about here in the last 45 minutes or so, but it's the American with set point.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Gauff strikes the first blow.
Team United States.
As she takes the opening set by 6 games to 4.
I'm sure she will feel very good about how she's contested this first set here.
Only 3 players last season. Coco Gauff, when she'd won the first set, Kaneskaya in Dubai, Kostuk in Stuttgart indoors, and Sabalenka most recently in Wuhan.
30-15.
Both these two love to run from the front. Picking up from where she left off at the back end.
First game, second set.
Of that first set. And I wonder how important it was, that run at the end of last season, winning 16 out of 19 matches.
I think she really, especially you have changed the name from off-season to pre-season, which is so accurate because it has gotten so short. And I think she really, Coco, really carried that energy and that confidence over to the new season. which sometimes is not easy to do when you are playing so well and then the season stops and you have to pick up anew, but she did very well.
This is what they're playing for, the Thomas Light crafted trophy, and around it it's got those 36 swirls, and that is meant to be the path of a tennis ball, probably a rougher forehand bending around.
Yeah, my tennis ball did not move like that. That could be an adjustment Iga can make to go with the backhand more through the middle and center of the court to Coco's forehand rather than the wide one, she's playing really well, Coco Gauff, today.
She mixed it up there and went for the kick to Coco's backhand. But I think in the previous points when we've seen her go second serve to Coco's forehand, it's just sitting up with, well, not enough power. It needs to have a bit more, or she needs to lower it somehow and go for more of a slice second serve, which is not her natural go-to anyway. But actually, Coco's hitting almost every single second serve forehand return in the strike zone.
Team Holland.
Nice hold here. And Laura, what do you think in general Iga could do to turn this match around?
I'm with you on the shots through the middle. I think going backhand cross court right now, it's not going to be favourable for Swiatek, and if she's able to get enough depth but go through the middle to the forehand, then at least she can look to go either back behind or you know, try and throw in an angle or two. Coco's defense is so incredible right now that it probably feels very tough to get her off balance from the other end of the court. But we haven't seen too much of the change of pace. One high, then one fast.
Say Aussie fans always come very well prepared, don't they? To match. They don't just rock up. They have banners and costumes.
And it's some good points Laura just made, because Laura and me would not know how that feels, but some players want to actually move on the court. I feel like Coco Gauff plays her best tennis when she's moving and running and making it really physical.
And answers a love hold with one of her own.
Team United States lead by 2-1.
So tough, every point. Bravo, Coco. Every point with the same energy. Bravo, bravo.
Coco's very happy to sit there and listen, isn't she? Doesn't say very much, I think. It's barely anything at all.
Wow, Candy. And you can hear JC saying over and over again, so tough, and boy is she tough. Coco Gauff, one of the best competitors on the tour.
Very close opening two set between a couple of the world's best female tennis players. 5 breaks in the opener. We are on serve early stages of the second. That's lovely to see.
Time.
They know each other so well, these two played junior doubles together.
Yeah, the back row also has a very important role to play.
And you can just see everything is still in order here in the second set. Players are on serve, but you can see Iga Swiatek just rattled by the quality of play from the other side, from Coco Gauff, and those few unforced errors that have crept in at the end of the first set for Iga. But still, everything very much up for grabs here.
Swiatek puts so much pressure on herself in these situations as well when she's playing for her country. Just think back to the Olympics, and she was almost paralyzed with how much she wanted it and then couldn't relax when she needed it most. And I'm not saying that it's anything remotely close to that today, but you can just tell that she's a bit edgy.
Yes, certainly, yes. I recognise this from Paris, where in the end she took bronze to Vekic in the semi-finals, and it meant so much to her because she's the daughter of an Olympic rower, Thomas. It's played a big part in her formative years. Boomski, my goodness. That's confident.
Very.
13-15. Left hustle. 2 games on.
Some of your favourite fans, they've been here every Polar match, and I think, Laura, you're quite relieved that they're not directly behind you because they've dropped so many things
I
on you.
miss them now they're gone.
Okay, they're just along the way, actually, from you, if you want to go and say hi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Terrific.
Wow.
Fifteen love.
You can see in the dots how well Coco Gauff goes for the angles on the shorter point. The 3/4 point in the court opens the court up. Similar to what Iga Swiatek did here, and
15 on.
these placements are so important today because these two are the best movers on the WTA Tour.
Thank you.
You have to come
Thank
up
you,
with a
ladies
bit
and gentlemen.
more
Thank you.
than is usually enough.
Aces are starting to rain down now in this second set. And she looks like she can hit any spot in the box. Goodness, she is pumped. Swiatek with the final word.
Thank you.
Oh, these two are so fast. What a way to bring up the first break point of this second set. Full change here in the second.
Team Poland leads by 3 games to 2.
If you saw a replay of Coco's first serve, the ball toss just got too far in front, and then when that happens and she goes for the second serve, I start to feel on edge. You can almost see the double fault coming.
Can you see that as well, Andrea?
When I was last year at the Australian Open, I was courtside. I could always tell from courtside. From here, it's tough for me because the ball toss sometimes tends to get in front of her, and
it's harder to see when you're directly up. And we're quite a long way up here as well. But yeah, when you're at the side, you can see it.
Yeah, when I was courtside, I could have logged in every single time when the double fault was coming. Maya should really get the captaincy.
She should be getting paid double today.
Iga's junior doubles partner doing a sterling job there.
I genuinely think this has changed her.
Yeah, it's made her laugh.
Yeah.
She made her laugh. And you know what's great? Maya has known Iga probably since they were 10 or 11 years old. She knew Iga before Iga was 5-time major champion. There's no shared room. She knows all her awful habits, and there's not the barrier there, the star thing, is there? She just treats her as a regular teammate.
Yeah, and in the previous change of ends, I think that's what Laura was alluding to. Iga looked very emotional, actually. She was rattled, and she wants it so much for the country. And Maya had a few nice words for her, was just comforting her, put her hand on her back. And sometimes that's all you need, is a hug and a nice word. Even an incredible tennis player like Iga Swiatek here.
Well, has Iga got momentum now? Yeah, Maya, yes, we've been talking about you, doing a great job. Has she got momentum here? First break of the second set. She did lead by the same scoreline with the break in the first, but it was a more complicated affair. You certainly feel momentum is with her, though, here. Wow, blow for blow.
15-13.
Coco is very good when she has to run to the forehand, actually, because she has a bit more space. You can see it here. Open stance, gets her body weight into it. Not readable for Swiatek where it's going to go. Textbook tennis here from Iga Swiatek. TBT, serve out wide, into the open space, close the net.
Thank you. Thank you. Advantage, Team Poland. Let for serve.
Both of them ferocious competitors.
Yes.
Made it.
Advantage, Team Poland.
Laura, I love that comparison that you made about Iga tonight playing for Poland and then also representing Poland in the Olympics, wanting it too much.
And having been so close last year.
Yeah. It's all about how she manages that.
And that's the one that Laura was talking about earlier, that serve that sits up into the forehand of Coco Gauff, who gets under it nicely, accelerates, and puts pressure right away on Swiatek. If she could keep it lower the second serve, excuse me. If Iga could keep it lower into the forehand, I think she would have an easier third shot.
Oh, what a let off.
Yeah, I almost prefer the second serve if she's going to kick it, that it goes into the backhand, because then at least you can really accelerate and then try and get it above Coco's shoulder. Whereas if you're going kick to the forehand, you see how much angle Coco has to work with to cut it off. But she doesn't really have that slice second serve on the juice side.
Team Poland. Ball change, please. New balls.
Iga breaking clear in the second set, and Sister Margaret absolutely
Team
loving
Poland
it.
leads by 4 games to 2.
She brought the banner out here tonight. And do with all the support that you can get.
What a hunt.
double fault in the last service game. It slightly opened the door for Swiatek. Eased a little of the pressure. She find that from? This is insane speed, isn't it?
The speed, but also the balance in the shot as well. She doesn't actually move her upper body. She just runs at full speed, keeps the upper body straight. So well done.
30-15.
We're so lucky, aren't we, to have her in our sport. Apparently some of her track records in Dade County in southern Florida from her junior days still exist. She still holds them. She could have been a basketballer. That was a college basketball at Georgia State. Thankfully, she chose tennis.
And again, that running forehand is just so strong. She can play it with an angle. She can take it down the line. I do think Iga would actually be better off aiming it for the center, and then if she goes there, only going for a winner, not trying to open the court, because that's where Coco is just so good.
Gauff staying close in the second set.
Team Poland leads by 4-3.
Shrink the court a little bit. She might go to your forehand, not important, but you can crush it with her, make her feel that. Just play great. Play great.
Right you are, Andrea, about
Good
the balance.
upper body.
Extraordinary.
What kind of core strength does she have? She must be planking for 12 minutes straight.
Second set delicately poised. Swiatek up a break, but Gauff has just broken the run of 3 games from the pole. Coaches captain Mike Russell and coach JC certainly speaking a lot more than they were on previous changeovers.
Time.
Iga with a very slight advantage in this second set.
Yeah, I put my eavesdropping skills to good use again there. And Mike Russell was telling Coco to squeeze the court a bit with the second serve return. I'm assuming it's more for this juice side when she's taking that second serve return on the forehand to cut the angle off even more.
15 love. Thank you.
It's a great point from Coco, but just these last 2 points, it's felt
15.
like Swiatek's taken a bit of pace off that first serve, probably to try and keep the percentage higher than it has been.
That's only the 7th point that Swiatek's lost in the second set, behind her serve first and second.
Putting Michael Russell's game plan to good use here, doing a bit more on the second serve. Coco Gauff, as the captain of Team USA, has told her in the change of ends. Captain Russell certainly picked his moment, didn't he, to get in the mix. Can Gauff get back on level terms right here? Unreal. This is absolutely nuts. Insanity, insanity. The quality of play here is just...
How are you going to save break points like that?
Oh my goodness. You just calm the pandemonium down here in the Ken Rosal Arena. We're back at deuce.
Advantage, Team Poland.
Well, it almost looked as if the ball on Swiatek's baseline was long. What did you think, Laura?
Very, very back of the line. Can't argue with ELC, of course.
No. The back edge of the back edge. Another tough service game for Swiatek.
Iga there using the backhand out of the center of the court. Unusual, but she's trying to get it a bit flatter into that Coco Gauff forehand. As Coco has been handling those topspin shots of Iga's forehand so well today. Trying to get a bit different trajectory on the ball. These just don't bother her any longer. So many players have trouble with that Iga Swiatek forehand, but Coco Gauff just gets underneath it.
That one just wasn't deep enough, though.
That's true, yeah. And then great acceleration of the wrist. Uses her body weight. And on we go.
Thank you.
First juice in this game.
Good stuff, this.
Advantage, team
Gauff,
United States.
relentless. And she's found her way to another break point.
Yes. Thank you.
It's too good from Gauff.
Advantage, team United States.
How much better is this going to get tonight before we write the final chapter? Oh my goodness. Another break point in this game. There's the break.
Game, team United States.
Longest game of the contest, possibly the best so far.
10 minutes of the highest intensity in this sport. And now the question will be who can keep up the intensity.
Thank you.
We like to round up our numbers from here. Momentum with the young American.
There's a bit of a look after that point to Danielle Collins as well.
That was hit with a bit of rage there, Laura.
59.
Yeah, to be fair, Danielle's been real vocal throughout this contest, which you would expect. She wants her teammate to win, but they obviously have a bit of back and forth from the last 12 months, so just a brief look.
That is a bit strange. I wonder
30,
if,
15.
I think it's the right leg.
yes, if physically something is going on, because you rarely ever see her just smash a return like this on first serve.
It was taped, the final set with Katie Bolter, and yesterday against Eravakina. She's going all out here.
40, 15.
Gauff, the calmest person in the building, takes the lead in this second set.
Team United States leads by 5 games to 1.
I feel like there might be a trainer here.
Eyes goes on the thigh, on the right thigh.
Yeah, trainer's coming on. Almost surprising. Yeah, you just heard her complaining about how her legs feel. Almost surprising to see her not start the match with the tape.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I agree, Laura.
It's the other leg, guys. The assessment's happening on the left, and the last few days we've seen the right thigh taped. Because of the location, she will leave the court.
She's in very good hands with Carol Doherty, who has been on the tour
One of the best.
a very long time. It's a little worrying, though, ahead of the first major, that she's got these niggles.
And Coco Gauff really tested both these legs in that almost 10-minute game.
It's been so physical, hasn't it?
It was so
I mean,
physical.
this is where women's tennis is at and is going. I mean, these two are so fast and so strong. You think, where do you hit the ball these days? Where do you go?
And it's not only, especially these two playing
Ladies
each
and
other, it's not
gentlemen,
that they are only now
For your
here,
information, Iga Swiatek has left the court for off-court medical treatment.
So they'll begin an assessment, and then once the leg's been assessed, there will be a 3-minute potentially treatment.
But sorry, what I was saying is that Yes, they are hitting the ball hard. Yes, they are great defensive movers, but both of them have been using the entire court so well. We saw so many angles, so many long distances to be sprinted by these players. And honestly, I can't remember me doing that, and I retired 2 years ago. I think women's tennis has progressed so quickly in the last 3-4 years. Also, if you think of Aryna Sabalenka, what an athlete she is, Zhang Qianwen, the top 5 in the world, Jasmine Paolini with some of the most explosive muscles on tour. The WTA has done strides in athletic progression, and it's really marvelous to watch.
Oh, interesting. Mike Russell's asking the chair umpire, is she allowed to hit returns? I don't think anyone's ever asked that before.
And that's the attention to detail, isn't it, from Mike Russell, what you were talking about earlier, Laura?
Well, it makes sense because Swiatek's going to come out and try and serve to stay in the match, which I think it's difficult for her to be able to do that after such a long delay. By the time they come down to it, it's going to be 7-8 minutes. He's given it a good go here.
How can you say no to that face?
He's putting on all the charm that he possesses. Nicely played here.
I feel like this is a great position for Coco to be in, though. You just have a free swing at the return, don't you? As long as you're staying warm.
Well, and you rarely ever have an entire team on the bench who could serve to you.
Exactly.
So that's why you probably haven't seen this kind of request yet.
I love the thinking. Of course, Mike Russell was top 60 in the world when he was on the tour, and he is famous for his debut at the French Open, where he made the 4th round and he had match points against the defending champion on the Philippe Chatrier, Gustavo Kuerten. And he was 2 sets to love up match points and ended up losing in 5. And you can look at this on the internet, and Guga, as we affectionately know him, drew a massive heart on one side of the court and lay in the middle of it. The French fans went berserk. I mean, the love they had for Guga.
And I will tell you what kind of man Michael Russell is. Michael Russell had chronic knee pain when he was playing, and he would get up every morning at 6 a.m. to ice his knees for 2 hours before he could go to practice. This is the attention to detail.
How did you know that?
He used to play doubles.
If you don't mind me asking.
I was next to him looking at him.
I was going to say.
No, Michael Russell is a married man. No, my coach actually played doubles with him for a while when he was still playing, and he told me this. And he always tried to, when I was complaining about things I had to do, he would always tell me this story. Some players have this kind of dedication. Yeah. What have you to bring to the game?
I love that. I love that. Who was your coach at the time?
Peter Popovich.
Okay, fantastic. Fantastic.
But you can like move around and stuff.
Go, Coco, be ready for her to fire it up.
You got it, you're down there.
We are awaiting Iga Swiatek, who has popped off court for some medical treatment. Not to her right thigh, which was the other night against Katie Bolter. It's eagle-eyed Laura spotted that it's the left side now. And she certainly has had a very physically demanding opener to the season, pushed all the way by a brilliant match by Katie Bolter, and then had to work very hard against Rybakina 6 and 4. And again, that was a physical match only yesterday.
And you and Laura were watching some of her practices. She was, before the tournament began, she was out there on the court. The first few days she was warming up for up to an hour. So she clearly was still in time of preparation here, put probably more work on the court than you usually would during a tournament. And the adductor, so it looked like it's the adductors, we obviously don't know, but there's the tape on the left thigh this time. Is usually the muscle that starts to go when you're exhausted.
Effectively, she's been playing the matches and she's been training as well all the way through this event. Well, this is where we are. She broke in the 4th game of this second set to go ahead 3-2, was broken back. Now serving to stay in this first singles here. One of 3 matches potentially in this final. A little tentative, but got away with it.
15 love.
The first of the contest.
15 all.
This has been an action-packed hour and 50 minutes. Team USA and Coco Gauff at match point. It's first strike, Team USA.
6-4, 6-4.
Gauff now with back-to-back victories over Iga Swiatek. Straight sets tonight in an hour and 51. And she gives the Americans the...
And what a match she's played.